Have you ever had a song stuck in your head? A dumb song that perhaps you don't even like, stuck in your head all day, and you are conscious and awake and you can't get it out of your head. All day. This is while you're conscious and awake and you can't control it. So what about when you're in the stupors of death? Stupors meaning like a drunken state. If you're 100% awake and you can't control a song in your head, what makes you think you can control it when you're in the stupors of death? And a song that you love might come out. And so these songs, they roll off our tongues easily. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you some lyrics, alright? And if you can complete them, you can complete them out loud, or you can complete them internally, or whatever you like. We will not accuse you of knowing these songs, because some of them I had to call friends and got these lyrics from. Some of them I heard from commercials, and even in the newscast I would hear them. So if I say, who let the, the end. And if I say, oops, don't worry, I love you, you love me, born to be, you gotta fight for your right to, so embarrassing. You ain't nothing but ain't no mountain, I believe I can, you say I'm a dreamer, but we will, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out. How about some difficult ones? Under my umbrella. I've never heard this, but they told me you would know it. Okay, now for the gangsters. Been spending most of their lives living in a... Brothers are like, How about this one then? All right, all right, all right, all right. You know the rest of it? It's Outcast. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, complete the verses. وَمَنْ يُشَاقِقِ الرَّسُولِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُ الْهُدَى وَيَتَّبِعْ غَيْرَ سَبِيلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ نُوَلِّهِ مَا تَوَلَّى. Excellent. وَنُصْلِهِ جَهَنَّمَ وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرًا. طيب. وقال الرسول يا رب إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. Oh my Lord, the Prophet said, oh my Lord, truly my people have abandoned the Qur'an. وما من غائبة في السماء والأرض إلا في كتاب مبين. So what makes us think we will be able to say La ilaha illallah so easily? When music rolls off our tongue and lyrics rolls off our tongue so easily, and the Qur'an has to struggle to come out of our mouth. There's a doctor, and he is a righteous man, inshallah, we don't overpraise him. He said in his career in a Muslim land, 36 people died in front of him. 36 people, and he would tell them, say La ilaha illallah. And in his entire career, only one person was able to say La ilaha illallah. And he would say that now, I guarantee you can say it 1,000,000 times if you want to right now. And everyone thinks they will be able to say it. But out of 36, he only saw one person able to say La ilaha illallah. So test yourself. What rolls off of your tongue easily? When you have a close call or you drop something and it breaks, what is the first thing on your tongue? Do you say Bismillah, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, Astaghfirullah, or is it a bad word? Oh, sugar, or something else. Or do you start damning things because something happened or something broke? So if in this dunya, while you are 100% awake and conscious, the first thing that rolls out of your tongue is something bad or a bad word, what makes you think you can say La ilaha illallah and it will roll off your tongue easily? And the Prophet ﷺ said, Man kana akhiru kalamuhu fi dunya La ilaha illallah dakhala al-Jannah. Whoever his last speech is in this dunya is La ilaha illallah, he will enter into paradise. And so now, the whole point is not to make you think you will not be of those people. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal that all of us are those who say La ilaha illallah as our final word. But the point is to make us afraid of our bad deeds. What is the message that the writers of musical lyrics are trying to get across to you? What are they writing about? And who writes these words? Are they scholars, upstanding individuals, righteous men and women? You look at heavy metal, it's usually sex, drugs, devils and killing yourself. and I know I'm generalizing. Rap, it's sex, drugs, murder, garden tools, and how many garden tools that you have. You understand? Degrading women, talking about, pimping and things that are so embarrassing to mention. Blues, it's about hard times, broken hearts, and being broke yourself. Country music, my truck broke down, my dog ran away, and I have a broken heart as well. So, are the writers of these songs people that you would like to get advice and words of wisdom from? What is Puff Diddy attempting to tell you in his lyrics? What would you get advice from someone whose name is Snoop Doggy Kalb? Snoop Doggy Kalb. So, and would you take advice from me today, Kamal El Mekki, if I was sitting here dressed in baggy and sagging pants and I had a grill in my mouth and I was cursing? Would you accept advice from me? Any kind of advice from me? So why do people then listen to the lyrics of these people and accept their advice? So someone might argue that this doesn't affect me. I listen to this music, it's just entertainment and it doesn't affect me. And someone like that I would ask, have you ever been to a high school? When you enter a high school today and you look at people, can you, just from how they dress, identify those who listen to heavy metal and punk rock just from how they dress, and those who listen to hip hop just from how they dress? And who are the people who are called the goths, or isn't that a subculture that is related to gothic music? And cases of suicides from listening to songs. You may remember in the 80s there was a lawsuit against a man, Ozzy Osbourne, because some kid listened to his song and he shot himself, he committed suicide. I mean, whether or not he told him to do so, but the point is some people are affected by these kinds of things. There's a question from the greatest website in the world. Anyone know what that is? Islamcure.com. You've heard that before, huh? Look at this question. I'm not going to read the answer or anything, but just look at the way this person framed this question. He said, I'm a person who believes in the existence of Allah. No matter how far I stray from Allah, I turn back to Him with humbleness. But I listen to classical music, and I think that it is the best thing in my life. It does not provoke desire. Rather, it helps me review myself and my mistakes. I feel that Islam is a backward religion when I hear those who say that all kinds of music are haram. Just look at this question. And the Shaykh tells him, you said it's the best thing in your life, and you didn't mention Allah, and you didn't mention the Qur'an, and you didn't say Islam was the best thing in your life. Look at how it takes over people's lives, people. And he says, it helps me review myself and my mistakes. So the Shaykh said to him, it didn't help you review this mistake when you wrote it. And he tells me, you feel Islam is a backward religion just because of this? So you see how much now it takes over people's lives and their hearts. And so they defend it and they tell you, well, it calms you down and it relaxes your nerves. So which calms you down and relaxes your nerves? That, or when you have a calamity, you listen to a music, or you run and you rush to Allah Azza wa Jal and you beg and you cry to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Qur'an, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُم بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. Those who believe and whose hearts find satisfaction in the remembrance of Allah. For without doubt in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find satisfaction. And as some scholars argue, if music really made you, a more refined person and more gentle and calms your nerves and so on and so forth, if it did soften the hearts, then the hearts of the musicians would be the best of hearts and their attitude and behavior would be the best. But what do we find as a reality? That they are the people who behave the worst. So that means it can't be something that gets you to behave better.